Oh, fuck. Have we started? Fuck. Shit. So,
And there you
Woota,
were.
everyone. Woota.
Yeah, there's that.
This is What's What with Old Man Liver. And it's where I get to say whatever the fuck I want and do whatever the fuck I want and have whatever guests that I want on my show. I was just partaking in a little breakfast and apologize, but we have this amazing artist, Shawn Ealy, with us today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
How are you doing? What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Can I say it online?
Well, it's online, so...
I had some old man liver and it's... Anyway, there's that.
Well, that's great, but you're wearing a Jack Daniels fucking hat on my show that's promoting my...
Well, I'm working
whiskey,
for them,
bitch.
right? I gotta be a bitch. So I'm I don't want to be. So I'm actually doing some work for them right now, and then they're paying me real well. I won't say how much, but if I'll just take that off there, I'll show my bald head.
What kind of work are you doing for them? They having you do some kind of piece of art or something, or piece of ass?
I'm doing well. I don't want to do old man liver. What actually I do.
Well,
I don't want to do.
Well, you have, haven't you?
You get me confused. Oh shit!
We've had a lot of drunk nights together.
We have
Where is
had that. And that one night I told you your eyes are beautiful. You never forgot that, right?
Oh no! Well, you had already grabbed my package before you told
But
me
you
about
did
my eyes, so there
you
was
did my
that.
package first.
That was a little.
So let's get on with it.
That was a little afterplay. You know,
All
people
right.
talk about
So
foreplay.
back
What about
to-
afterplay?
So I'm doing these statues that will be seen in commercials and at the Formula One races for Jack Daniels.
Oh,
and
you're doing the fancy
and-
Formula One, which Las Vegas is getting for the first time this year as a 10-year deal.
And so if you walk through there, you'll see the statues. So I'll stop that. And if you send me old man liver statue, I'll paint the shit out of it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. And I don't have an old man liver hat, but I should. So that way you can wear that.
Oh,
shirt.
I looked at your bar. I'm like, oh, there's no old man liver.
I
So
know.
Jack Daniels, guess what? They showed up with a hat and going like this.
Fine. So I'll get a hat so I can compete. But so Shawn is this amazing artist, and I'm not
That's
talking
kind.
about he has a history in airbrush art, but also I know you're an amazing cook. I know that you're an amazing singer and harmonica player. Like you can do all things art. I mean, how did you end up being so creative?
I didn't know you were going to throw all that at me in the first
I'm just
question.
saying.
I didn't know all that was going to be thrown at me the first question. But I was a young person and I drew. And I was, through high school, I was actually in some courses were special education because I have a nervous disorder. Anyway, so whatever, move on. I always got straight A's in art.
That's awesome.
And yeah.
Now, did you take like art classes in school, or were you just a nat? Like
That's how
learning
I got
art?
my credits.
Okay.
So as a senior, I was labeled. Well, it doesn't matter what that is. I had 2 courses I could do as an alternative, and I took art. So I took art.
Awesome.
Got straight A's.
You just
And I got
drawing-
my diploma.
You're just drawing naked ladies on your notebook in school. Is that basically it?
No,
I mean, I'm just asking.
I didn't say that.
Naked men?
No. Yeah, I just drew pictures.
Of what? Like anything you thought of in your mind, or were you told? Did the teacher tell you what to draw?
You know, what's crazy is that one of the best ones was Doom Buggy. That's one of the best ones that I really remember.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Doom Buggy. And then my friend Bill, I was going to throw it away, but Bill took it. He's like, why are you throwing it away? And he showed me, he goes, finish it. So it taught me more than the teacher taught me, more than the class taught me. He said, finish it. I go, all right. Then I go, cool. So yeah, I learned.
So Bill is responsible for you pursuing art. So you probably
my
owe
mom
him a
is-
portion of your royalties, right? Or no?
No.
Oh, your mom's mostly responsible, outside of giving birth to you. But she encouraged your art.
Oh, she always did. And then she noticed that I didn't lose interest. I just stopped drawing. I drew since I was like in grade school and all the way through that. I always drew. I always drew pictures. Heck, I met Mr. Cooley, and that guy was a musician. He played in the bands and toured through the Midwest. And he was actually in the Grand Ole Opry, but I knew him when I was 7 years old. I didn't know that he would go that way.
Oh, shit.
But he was a cool guy. And his last name is Cooley. So
Oh, that makes sense that he'd be cool, right?
yeah, he's very cool.
Well, so how did you get in the direction of the airbrushing art style?
So my mom, now they're very wealthy, but back then she said, look, a class ring costs this much, and a Pache VL3 airbrush costs this much. I would like you to have an airbrush so you can do your artwork because you haven't been drawn lately. And I don't know why, but I didn't draw that at that time. I was like going about it like skipping it. And then so that's the first airbrush I ever had in my life.
Wow. So your mom gave you the choice of a ring or an airbrush equipment.
High school?
That's cool. I would have made that choice too. So my dad gave me the choice of a high school ring or a joint. And so that's when I started.
Old man Liver, you had a crazier life than me. I promise you this.
My old man was a big influence on me. Like I did my first shrooms with him when I was 12. Anyway, this is about you, not me. So
well, I like it. Tell me, you crazy ass. Like I always say in public, old man Liver, you got a way. And I mean, when I say you got a way.
You mean sexually? With my juker?
Well, there's that too.
Cracker,
you got a way about you. But I don't know what it is. But I know that I can't live without
the way
you.
Down if you can.
Anyway.
You can fuck.
And there's that.
Oh, which, like I was saying, Shawn's a singer, harmonica player. He's played at the Pioneer Saloon several times. In fact, sometimes when he's at the Pioneer Saloon, people mistake him for Old Man Liver, and you just kind of go with it, right? Like you're kind of my stunt double, which I appreciate because then I can just be in the back drinking and I don't have to do anything.
So that is funny you bring that up because when I hang out there, which I've loved the bar for many years. It's a beautiful thing, and a lot of great people hang out there, and they're like, "Oh, hey, yeah, you're old man." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm an old man. Fuck yeah, I am." Are we allowed to say that?
We are the same age. Yeah, you can cuss on this.
Fuck yeah, I'm an old man. So. They go, "No, you're old man Liver." I'm like, "No." And they're like, "No, come on, let me buy you a drink." Then
you're old man Liver. So then I free drink involved.
So I'm like,
get that.
Oh, you're buying me a drink? So I say, yeah, cool. Fucking buy me a drink. And then after they buy me a drink, I'm like, I'm not old man River.
Not that guy. Or old man River, either one. But didn't you find a picture of me when I was like a ghost from back in the 1800s or something?
And so in the early 1900s, there's a picture of old man Liver. There's a new picture hanging in the bar. But if you go in the back of the bar at the Pioneer Saloon, in the actual dining room, there's actually a picture of old man Liver sitting on the lap of old miners. He's been haunting the motherfucker for 1,000 years. So that's the truth.
I've been haunting for 1,000 years for a place that's been open for 110 years.
But you haunted the desert before that.
Oh, I did. Okay. So
you have vampire.
I'm not saying I don't believe.
You have vampire teeth to prove it.
That's true.
Can I sip on this?
Oh yeah. You can do it whatever the fuck you want. Like, it's my show, so you want. There we go.
Oh.
This is Breakfast of Champions right here. So if you read my book, I do recommend getting most of your calories from alcohol or drugs, and that way that saves you. It helps the old diet, right?
Whew. That's great. Hoorah.
So, anyway, getting back to the art thing, how did you get your shit big enough to where you were on fucking magazine covers and shit like that? How did that happen?
A t-shirt shop.
Yeah? Tell me more. Tell us more. You started
So you brought me back a long time ago.
Yeah.
I started a t-shirt shop. Airbrushing t-shirts. And I was I'm not going to use names, but I was seeing a young girl, and her father was a drag racer, and he did the national championships.
Father was a drag queen? What?
Drag racer.
Oh, drag racer.
Mother flipper. See, that's why you're an asshole.
Well, I am an asshole. I'm the emperor of the asshole
You got
association.
an emperor of it. You got to keep it going.
So you had this. Keep going with the story because this is it. Like, were you actually
That's so stupid.
with this
I fucking love it.
This T-shirt fucking business? Did somebody discover you? Like, were you actually discovered, or just built shit? I keep going.
Okay, you're fucking.
Don't let me distract you.
We gotta pause and shit. All right, that's funny as shit. No, I
think he's having an episode.
I don't even know. It's a thing. I love hanging out with you because old man Liver's got a way, and if you fucking, you have a way.
A way with Kankin?
Or that.
Thank you.
That's
because I always the reason
stop.
Chicks dig me is because I use all the holes.
That's good.
And not just. Like I've always said, the average heterosexual couple has 5 doable holes, but most people don't use them all, at least at the same time.
Okay.
I try to use them all at the same time. That's why I'm good at kinking. I'm just giving you some secrets. You can read my book.
Oh, shit, man. All right.
That's something you haven't done. You haven't written a book, have you?
No, sir. No, sir.
Mr. Art in every direction of everything and fucking
I've written
life.
a lot of poetry.
Yeah.
And I've written a lot of songs.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was in music stores all over the world, but not famous enough to do that.
No, that's cute.
But I accidentally got famous in my own field.
Yeah.
I accidentally got famous in that realm. And so you're before
What are you picturing?
Before
are you
we went
picturing me bottomless
on
or something? What are you looking?
I'm just
Why are you
looking
checking out my juker.
On a tangent, but I actually was dating a young lady, and she's a very nice lady. I love her so much and her family so much. I'm not going to say no names, but her father was a drag racer. That's where I was going with that before you did that.
All right. And then what led from there?
So back then, the Autorama was the big car show in Las Vegas, and now it's SEMA. SEMA is like the big dogs. Back then, it was Autorama. I'm pretty sure that the same people are involved. And so I was 20 years old, and I painted the car, and it was in the sports division, and I got first place in all the sports division for detail and paint.
Oh, shit. And then did that skyrocket your fame? And is that where you kind of help jumpstart to where you're on magazine covers and shit like that?
That was like the first step. Maybe. But at the time, I was naive. You know, I didn't know. I really didn't know.
Well, being young and getting famous like that, did it fuck you up where you got a bunch of money all at once and then you blew through it? And like, did you go through that stage? I'm actually still in that stage.
I believe you are. No. Oh, whenever you're always going to be in that stage. But I'm like, no, at that time, no. I didn't even drink back then. I never tried anything in my life.
Well, I mean more like, you know, when people get money and fame.
Yeah, they want to party and cool.
Yeah, you can blow through a lot of money pretty
I've always
quick.
had chicks.
Yeah.
So that was never a problem.
You can't you can use chicks as currency?
Well, sometimes. But I had friends. Well, I know the Nevada Kid, and you can look it up. The Nevada Kid. I won't use his first name, but you can look it up. It's everywhere. So his friends would call me, and here I am, like a young guy with my box of paints showing up. They go, you did Nevada Kid's car? I'm like, we want the owner. I go, well, here I am trying to letter your car and pinstripe it for you. And that's how that went. And it was awkward at moments. And then they were like, well, all right. And they would pay me cash.
Wow, nice. So did you get in a mode where you were like hanging out with celebrities and going crazy, or you have any stories?
So fast forward to the 90s, things were actually, I was on front covers of magazines and things like this. And if you look up at my birthday party when I turned 36, there's 9 pages in Worldwide Trucking Magazine, and there's my bald ass in there.
Badass.
Yeah.
And didn't I remember a story where you were hanging out with Evel Knievel or something like that? Like, which doesn't fucking shock me at all. But tell me about that.
Yeah, that's true. And so Evel Knievel called me, Robbie.
Well, Robbie was his son, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
So for those of you that are under, 50 years old, Evel Knievel was this stunt motorcyclist that did a lot of crazy shit, that jumped in pools of sharks and all this, kind of broke like every bone in his body. And then his son carried on the tradition. So
Robbie warned me, like, they didn't get along at that time. I shouldn't say that, right? But they didn't get along.
Well, Evel Knievel's dead now, so you can pretty much say what you want.
And that summer, I was supposed to get a picture with him, and I said, "Mother flipper." So,
Thank God you watched your language.
Yeah, you mother flipper.
So did y'all party together? I heard Evel Knievel was pretty like he was a big.
No, we never did.
Okay,
never. We hung out, and when I shook his hand, I said, "It's like you. You're old man liver. I shake your hand. You're fucking legendary." So I'm cussing now because you said so.
Yeah, you can.
Fuck yeah. So
this isn't on ABC, so I'm just throwing that
whatever
out there. It's fucking.
But yeah, so oh man, you're fucking crazy. A good kind of crazy though. So anyway, so I meet Evel Knievel. He wants me to airbrush his bike, and he wants to airbrush his trailer. I said, okay, cool, let's do that. So we're hanging out, and I said, man, can I shake your hand again? He's like, come in here. So at that time, he had a big giant motor coach, the big Prevos, they're $1 million.
Yeah.
And a big trailer, and they were parked at Sam's Town in the big lot. And he's like, I want you to do this on the trailer. And I said, cool. He goes, come in here. I'm like, what? He's like, he showed me pictures of his life and his wife, Crystal. He's passed away, but his wife is still hanging out and with us. And like, he showed me pictures of his jumping his bike. He goes, man, I got $100 a night to jump this bike over a pickup truck, a Harley.
So that's how he started then.
Yeah, back then he thought that was like, and then all of a sudden he goes, I think I can jump this farther. And so I'm like, that's really cool that you said that, because, but at the time he told me he had broken every bone in his body.
Jesus, you haven't even done that, or have you?
No, me, no.
Yeah, okay. Well, sometimes when you get, you said you had a lot of chicks back in the day, and when you get around canking, sometimes shit breaks.
It doesn't break.
Well, if you do the proper acrobatics that I recommend in my book, What My Dad Taught Me by oldmanliver.com. So what is next for Shawn Ealy?
Oh, that's very interesting.
Because I know you got a shitload going on. I mean, I know you're from Las Vegas. But
I was born in Vegas in 1970.
All right. And where do you live now? And
I was in the desert.
Just like in a tent or something in the desert? That's where I would live if I'm doing peyote and mushrooms and LSD 25 and
I live in the desert.
Gotcha. Well, do you...
But, so I was born in Vegas in 1970. But my family's been here since the World War II. My grandfather was here in 1939, and he went away to war. So my family's been here since then. And my grandfather fought World War II. I'll say it quick so I can, but he come back, and he lived there, and he bought a house. A lot of things there. But I'll fast forward to the present. I live in the desert. I have a amazing wife, and I have an amazing business partner. He's my father. He's a great dude. But
awesome.
you've took me on. Take me on a trail. I got a trail.
I was in business with my dad too, so I totally get that. Like, you know, and generally, you know, your dad won't fuck you out of money, so there's that.
He don't need no money.
Right. So that's nice, right?
Dad don't need no money.
So yeah, I know you have an amazing shop where you do all your art, and you're building a new one and all kinds of stuff, which is killer. And you've got big projects if you're working with Jack Daniels and stuff. And I'm sure they don't pay you what I paid you at the Pioneer Saloon. I'm just saying. I mean, they're a very small
I'm not going to talk about that because
it's a competing whiskey, and my whiskey's 90 proof, so you'll get drunker faster than Jack Daniels. So
tell me,
your art right now, you're doing some big work. Are you gonna stay in the direction of the airbrush art style that you got famous for? Are you gonna go in other directions? Just keep it.
No, I'm always gonna do artwork forever. Not a fucking problem with that ever. No fucking deal about that. Artwork forever.
That's awesome.
And I hope to just keep it going, because there's no retirement for me. I'm like, shit, I'm 52, brother.
No, I'm the same way. I'm never gonna fucking retire. I'm gonna keep
Old man
doing what I
Leverett,
love
you
doing.
could win another bar at a pool game. You could win another bar at a poker game.
But I'm not good at pool. I'm a lot better at poker.
Well, pool game or poker, you could win at both. It doesn't matter.
Now, if my attorneys are watching, I got the Pioneer Saloon in a proper business contractual transfer, not winning it in a poker game when I put my Belize house up as collateral because I don't have a Belize house. So thank God I fucking won, or I might be the second person killed in a poker game at the Pioneer Saloon. So there's that. Would you say jokes and dumb magic, or dumb jokes? Magic?
Only dumb
so
jokes.
Not dumb magic.
Like, this baby cell walks to a club, right? Well, that's it.
That was the joke. I know I know real lowbrow humor here at this show, but you might.
Yeah, but if you look at Midland, USA, they clubbed baby cells. They clubbed them. That's what they did. I mean, it's a bad joke. I told you it was a dumb joke when I started.
Oh shit! I mean, yeah, are we still on the air? We probably shouldn't have drank whiskey for breakfast.
Well, it's good for you. It's very good for you. And actually, I actually, you could look online as a true fact. It lowers your cholesterol and it lowers your stress by 57%.
Wow.
Old man liver does. It lowers your stress level
so
by.
we can legally put that in our ads.
Well, I don't know, but they can look it up online.
I mean, it lowers my stress by 57% exactly. So that I'm willing to use that if you tell me it's legit.
Well, I'm married to an amazing woman, and
she is amazing.
She's stressful sometimes.
Thank God she's not in the green room watching this, because you might get your ass kicked when you walk out of here.
I wanted to talk about my dad, though.
Yeah, tell us about your dad.
Yeah, so if you look at all the magazine articles, I would paint my dad's trucks. So now we have this giant shop. It's fucking cool as fuck. Whatever. No, it actually is cool as fuck.
Yeah.
But I always made sure he was in the magazines. So he always, and I never knew it. And we went to town, and he was turning 50, and all of his friends were there. And I said, my dad never says anything. He goes, every time you have a magazine in a national circulation, he's got it and he shows everybody. I go, interesting, because I never knew that. I love that man.
Wow. So you have a special bond with your father like I do. That's awesome. Anything else that you want to cover before we wrap it up?
100 things, but we ain't got time for it.
Yeah, and by wrapping it up, I mean, having safe sex and wearing condoms. So, hey, it has been, I'm not sure what the hell just happened. It's been wonderful having you on the show, Shawn. Shawn Ealy is an amazing artist. You're going to see him. In my opinion, he's just starting. The shit he's working on right now that's going to be what you're ultimately remembered for. I said it first on the Old Man Liver show. It's been What's What with Old Man Liver. Woo-da! It's What's What. It's What's What.